Hey everyone, welcome to Maybe Daily, the podcast where I say things and do stuff. Well, mostly record videos that I publish weekly or daily, hence the maybe. Well, for those of you who are not watching the video, I am right now recording this episode wearing a mask, because I'm going to be talking about, masks. And as you know, I was thinking, one of the main complaints about masks is that you can't be heard, you can't speak with your mask on. So I'm like, hey, look at what I'm doing. I'm speaking, recording a podcast with a mask. Who would have thought? That's miracle of nature, or maybe I'm just some sort of superior human being who can speak and be understood while wearing a mask, which I guess a lot of people can't do right now if you follow the complaints on Twitter and any other social media place where people decide to, spread their dislike of masks. I don't think that it's necessarily about being smart or dumb. I think it's maybe about... Actually, I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck people just not want to wear masks when... Well, let's take that. Let's roll back a little. So there's one point which I feel like might be the key factor around that mask situation. Is that surgical masks are uncomfortable. And they are. Like, for the first few weeks, we were wearing surgical masks, and that fucking sucked. That was the worst. That was terrible. That was just really bad. You couldn't wear it for a few hours at a time while going outside. It just didn't work out great. But then we're like, what if we get just tissue masks that will fit better on our faces? And here, like, you can see on the video, like, I got a mask, fits pretty well on my face. Well, the one tricky thing is the beard stuff, but, like, my beard is pretty short, so it doesn't bother me more than that. And I'm still fairly protected, and I can fairly protect others if I start coughing or whatever. Which is the point of a mask. It's not to protect yourself. Well, it can help, but it's more to protect others, like the people who can't wear masks. Or like, at least that get dispensed from wearing masks because they have, asthma or just general breathing problems. So that's why I think it really sucks to see people trying to take advantage of that. Like, oh, I'm going to pretend I have asthma so that I don't have to wear a mask. I'm like, oh, come on. You just know. Embrace your bullshit all the way. You don't need to lie. If you think you're right about the masks, don't lie about it. Just go out in the open. You have nothing to hide. Say, I believe masks are the first step towards microchip implants. There is a real reason that I heard someone say they wouldn't wear a mask, that they're worried that, but it's about compliance. If you comply with the masks, there's gonna be the vaccines, and then it's gonna be the microchip for control. Like, the fuck are they gonna control? Like, if you go and make up that sort of shit, you are not useful enough for people to want to control you. So that being said, the whole thing about wearing masks is about protecting the people who can't wear them. Or people that, even if they wear them, if you don't wear them, you might make them sick. You might get them fucked. Elderly people, so it's the main target. I remember that whole boomer remover hashtag on Twitter a few months ago. It's like, oh, that's fine, just kill old people, who gives a shit? Alright, hashtag boomer remover, pay for the economy, boomer remover, he fucked up our future by consuming a lot and making capitalism the main thing used in the world. Boomer remover! The fuck. And, just fucking crazy nonsense. So, that showed right away that people didn't care about the virus, because they're like, that's not gonna affect me. That's gonna affect whole people. So, thinking back on that, I'm not too surprised that we get a wealth of people that would refuse to wear masks to protect others because, boomer remover was a thing. Yeah, but it's not all about whole people. You also have immunocompromised people, like people who have those immune diseases that fucks up their immune system, that have no defense whatsoever. So no matter what, they get the virus, they're basically gone. That's it. That's just a free death ticket for them. So you include everyone who's got AIDS as well, because, that's the whole, HIV is that whole whatever thing, where your immune system is fucked, and a bunch of diseases that wouldn't affect you normally can come in and kill you. And that's why you get those AIDS patients who have to take fuck ton of medicine through their whole life to survive, because their body is that much weaker to external attacks, like COVID is to other immunocompromised people. So yeah, those are people affected, and then you also have that other factor that say, oh, but there's no preconditions. Like, no, you're overall unhealthy. There was that guy who was like, oh, but a young guy died from COVID. He was 15 or some shit. And oh, but he had no precondition. Like, yeah, but he was also weighing like 300 pounds. So that feels like a pretty big precondition to me. So overall, if you're old, have difficulty breathing due to a disease or whatnot, or are immunocompromised, so have a very weak immune system, or are overall unhealthy, you're fucked. Like, the virus, you get it. It's not the 99.99 survival rate people are boasting about. If you target those populations, you get to a much, much lower survival rate. And that's why masks are important. You get the virus, you're healthy, you'll survive. And maybe you have some damage done over time that you may or may not feel. But if you pass it to someone that's in one of those categories, one of those weaker categories, you're just rolling the dice on whether or not they will die because they interacted or they ended up around you or went to a place where you went. And I get it, that you wouldn't care because you don't know that person. You're not even going to know that person died or didn't. So why care? And yeah, I guess you can just not care because you're not going to see the consequences. But at the same time, you'll be complaining about Wall Street people who will make placements that make people lose their houses. Like, yeah, but they have the same disconnect. So you can't expect people to feel empathy for people they don't know and for not caring about what they don't see, when you're going to do the same with the person who's literally in the fucking flat next to yours. You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect things from people that you're not going to do yourself. Like, just fix yourself, do the best you can do in any given situation, and then you can start, asking questions when you don't see others replicating what you set to be as an example for others. And yeah, that's how I want to start that thing. So yeah, one of the arguments as well that I've seen, so going back to the whole overweight people stuff, why force, like, there's a lot of, rhetorical, and yes, I put a haircut on rhetorical questions, like, what's more dangerous between not wearing a mask, what's most dangerous between not wearing a mask and eating, some unhealthy example, say a McDonald's Savor menu or whatever, just something really unhealthy. Imagine fat, greasy food that will probably give you diabetes if you just look at it. And you're like, oh yeah, why are we not banning McDonald's then if we care about people's health? We're like, yeah, but me eating the biggest, most calorie-rich burger in the world is not gonna kill someone who's gonna be sitting next to me. Like, if I go with my mom to a restaurant, like she's in her 60s, and I ordered some big fat, like, deep-fried burger with some Mars bars, some crazy thing. Imagine the craziest thing ever, craziest meal ever. And I start eating it. It's not gonna contaminate her. She's not gonna become obese because I ate that thing next to her. But if I don't have a mask, and I have COVID and I talk to her, droplets will go from my mouth to her. And if she's not lucky, might go like in her eye or wherever, and she gets the virus. She gets the virus, rolling the dice, she's in her 60s, fairly old now. Die or live. Roll the dices. So it's not gonna be 99.9% survival rate there. So yeah, that's a retarded argument to begin with. So that's why I don't even know why I would need to go and try to defend that. But like, there's but cigarette kills and burger kills and candy kills. And shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, really, like, viruses contaminate people. Obesity does not contaminate people. And okay, let's say we follow your argument about health, right? Let's say we decide to ban burgers. So, oh wait, so are you saying that if we ban all unhealthy things, if we ban burgers, if we ban, say, booze, if we ban cigarettes, you're gonna be fine with having to wear a mask? Because then, like, people, they're like, oh yeah, but okay, not that, but what about freedom? Like, okay, so you don't actually give a shit about unhealthy food. You just give a shit that someone said you should probably wear a mask to protect others. You're trying to find any reason in the world, like, trying to clutch at straws to not do it. You're gonna go out of your way to find, I'd say, examples of people who generally cannot wear a mask because it will actually harm them. And by the way, these people, especially asthmatic people, they will need you to wear your mask so that you don't give them the virus that can kill them because, you know, asthma has something to do with the whole difficulty breathing thing, which is one thing getting aggravated by this COVID-19 thing. So out of all people, asthmatic people are the ones that need you the most to wear your mask. And you're going to go and use their disease, their struggle, to justify acting selfishly and potentially killing one of them. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. So, no, I don't stand for this. That's just dumb. I was saying it's not about being small or dumb, but in the end, what's the worst that happens to you if you wear a mask? Like, I've been wearing a mask now for 12 minutes doing this podcast, and I'm fine. I'm not gonna die. I'm perfectly okay. Yeah, okay, there's a bit of fucking... can you see it on the camera? You can't even see it on the camera. But I can feel that my breathing goes on my glasses. It doesn't impair my sight, but I'm perfectly fine. I won't die, and if I'm outdoors, it won't even happen at all. It's only because I'm indoors in a room that's fairly small. Okay, just some condensation building up on my glasses, but I can still see really clearly. Can really see what's going on. And maybe I should just get better glasses that don't get condensation building up, even though I thought those ones did, so I need to talk to whomever sold me these glasses. But yeah, it's fine. You can speak. People can hear you. You don't need to... that thing that gets on my nerves so hard is just the people who wear masks and lower them to talk to you or to talk in general. I'm like, why? You can speak with a mask. Well, I guess you need to get the right sort of mask. Like this one, it's perfectly fine. Can speak, can move, and I'm okay. I can communicate. People can understand me. I'm recording this podcast so you can hear what I'm saying. And you know that I'm saying words. You hear the words. And if you don't, well, the episode won't be out because I won't be able to hear. I don't want to share something that people can't hear or understand. So yeah, you can speak with a mask. So that's already out the window. Wearing a mask is not going to stop you from breathing, nor from talking, nor from doing whatever the fuck you're doing in your days. So yeah, so that's on the whole. Did I address any point actually? Not really. Oh yes, actually, why would you not wear a mask? So still beyond me. But let's say you truly care about not wearing a mask, and you have a very good reason that is not health related. Maybe your religion stops you from wearing a mask, which should be a first, because generally religions tend to push people towards covering up than uncovering up. So that'd be some weird one. Freedom. Okay, say you're all about freedom now. You're about freedom of keeping your face uncovered so that a disease deadly to some people can infect you, and that then you're free to spread it to some of those people that can actually die from it. That's the freedom you're fighting for. Because you can't say, oh, but it's because I want to be free to breathe, because I can breathe. You can perfectly breathe with a mask. So it's a dumb argument. It's not even an argument. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. You can breathe with a mask. So if you don't wear a mask, someone might die. You don't know for a fact that somebody will die from interacting with you. you won't know for a fact that it didn't happen either. But you know what you know if you do wear your mask, is that even if that happens, even if, say, somebody touches your hand after you coughed in it before you had your mask, and the person dies, well, yeah, now it's still on you because you won't have washed your hands, which is one of the recommendations we have to follow. Some very simple rules. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, wear a mask. That's it. That's some very simple instructions that children can do. That I even saw videos around, like, of handicapped people with no arms putting masks on their face themselves. So if without arms, you can put a mask on your face. So there are literally no reason not to do it. There's no reason. I don't know why spend the time or energy arguing about it. I thought I'd drop this video and then just let it go. There you go. I'll keep doing what I was doing since the pandemic started. I'll wear a mask when I go outside for shopping or whatever, until the outside feels comfortable enough that I can remove it and not worry that I'll be around vulnerable people. Right. Oh boy, that thing's getting really, really worked up. But yeah, why am I doing that video as well? Apart from, because the mask thing's been going on for a while. I saw it on Twitter and a bunch of other places. It's been a while. But yeah, like, motherfucker. And I would die from this. But like, yeah, see, readjust your mask goes off, readjust instantly. That's how you roll. That's how you roll. Didn't touch the face, touch the ear, boom, sorted. So see, even if your mask goes off for some reason, so it's probably when I did that crazy move earlier, you can just readjust it 1 second, put it, done. So yeah, but I think overall, it's not necessarily like the people's fault that they're not following the mask guidance. Well, because it's more of a recommendation than guidance. And I love that Prime Minister's like, okay, let's trust the British people's common sense. And Twix said, okay, fuck that, they have none. Let's just tell them they must wear masks. And even then, you get people that still complain and fight to not wear masks and try to spread, like, Facebook groups or Twitter threads sharing on how they can find ways to not wear them. Maybe if you have uncomfortable masks, just buy a better mask. Like, you can look up on Amazon or anywhere else places where you can find a mask that will fit you better, that'll be more comfortable. So if that's your biggest problem, let's spend all this energy finding inexistent reasons to not wear a mask. Just do some research. Find something that will work better on your face. Maybe something that matches your looks. If you think that you're too good looking to not wear a mask, too good looking to wear a mask. Even if you're too good looking to wear a mask, find something that will work, match your style. A bunch of anime characters have masks, and I see a bunch of people making these claims on Twitter about the whole, masks are bad for you, whatever, with anime profile pictures, unsurprisingly. So yeah, get some anime ninja look, put a mask on. What I got on the microchip theory territory? No, I don't want to waste energy about the whole compliance thing. Oh, comply to wear a mask. Yeah. Comply to not hit people with your car. Comply not to jump off bridge. Just, no. I'm not having this argument. That's not a real thing. That's not a thing I should deal with. And I think one thing that annoys me more, let's go back on what was annoying me more beyond all of this. Not the people, but the government, knowing its people. They to just recommend to wear a mask. We recommend you to get some distance between you and others, but clearly, nobody gives a shit. And to be fair to them, you can't enforce it when nobody cares. If nobody cares about wearing a mask or about social distancing, you don't have enough cops to go behind every single person in the country and tell them, wear your mask, keep your distance so you get a fine. You can't. It's just impossible. So for this to work, either you need more police, or you need to have people that care a little more about others. Like people that care more about the rules, because it's nice to say, oh, I care about my country. We can't let those mixed people come in here and take our jobs. But then, oh, wait, put a mask to protect your fellow whole people, whole citizens, your elders. Like, nah, fuck them, that's only 99.97 survival rate. So it's good, we're good. Like the 0.03, fuck them, we don't need them anyways, they did their time. Whatever. And that's fucking despicable to think like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to end. I don't know how to end, but I'm just gonna say, I'm just tired of this COVID thing. I'm just tired. I mean, we knew people were dumb before. That's nothing new, right? Government knows this as well, so they're purposefully not picking a clear direction to solve that crisis. All they know is that they have to reopen the country because the economy might get dire and the lower skill jobs, like the jobs that require you to go outside, will disappear, and they will end up with a bigger problem on their hands with people that can't work, that get sacked. And also you get those companies where, like, you know, teams will realize, oh, actually, we don't need that guy, we don't need that guy, we don't need that guy, we don't need these people that are doing not that much, not bringing that much value here. Why do we have them here? They don't do shit. Let's skim all the surplus, so then you're gonna end up with a whole lot of people that don't bring, depending on where they work or what they do, they might or might not bring value, that you have to bring back somewhere else to find new jobs for them, unless you reopen quickly, before all companies and all teams around the world start skimming really hard on their workforce. So it's going to be a massive issue. You're going to have to reopen. So I don't think there's going to be even if there's a second wave, I don't feel like there will be a second lockdown. I feel like it's going to be reopen, and we're going to roll the dices. Who lives, lives. Who dies, dies. And maybe that's just nature's work. Maybe nature's like, you know what? Lots of unhealthy people out there. A lot of whole people live too long. I don't like that so much. Let's do a little cleanse. Let's just throw in a little virus and cleanse the world. That's like, you know, nature devil's advocate bit. And if that's the case, then so be it. Let's just reopen everything and see what happens. Just in case I'm actually not as healthy as I think, and I get that virus and die, well, fuck you all people not wearing masks. And that's how I'm gonna end. That was Jean-Domingue Galley for Maybe Daily, episode 11. Bye-bye!